Damn it. Fucking James said something that made me laugh. Remind me of that meme. It was like, is that hyperpigmentation? Love it.
Mm.
Love that meme. It's so funny. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, comment below. Back D20 Modern. We weren't here last week. We did some Paradise.
Yeah.
We're back. Dungeon Master West. You know these foos. Whatever. Um, does anyone feel confident in giving us the battle report of last session, or would you like me to do it?
You
Oh
do it,
yeah.
Wes. You do the recap.
Right. After tying up our new friend slash kidnappee, the pirate, uh,
Easy
the
Nero.
party made their way closer and closer to the distress signal where they met up with SVD. Um, they spent a night camping out in the deep jungle. Owen really liked that one. Then we just made our way to the Ward's bunker, wasted a couple hours while we found out that what was in the case was indeed unfortunately not a bomb. It was a robot doggy, which is equally as cool, even especially if you strap a bomb to it. But I don't know. I don't think Misfire would be super down for that. So regardless, they infiltrated what seems to be the remains of a old Soviet bunker. They make their way downwards and downwards deeper underground towards the distress signal, where they come across a dilapidated kind of research room with a an overview into an operation room below. Um, while searching on the computer and downloading some information, I'm adding that one in for you viewers out there because I am a bad DM and I forgot to give them a tidbit. So, whatever. Um, Doc ended up looking in through this one-sided mirrored window into the operation room as he sees three Crimson Scorpion soldiers making their way through, slowly clearing the room where they were suddenly uh, mauled,
Been there.
ripped to shreds by some hulking monstrosity that has been hidden down here for decades.
Sorry, I didn't
Uh,
eat yet that day.
as it bursted through the doors now, smelling your strike team. You guys got a better view of it. This massive abomination, the body of a grizzly bear, two salivating Belgian Malinois shepherd heads. They're basically just imagine German shepherds, but bigger and just, yeah, fiercer. They're cool. Belgian Malinois shepherds. And with this husky kind of not the dog. Now we're not talking about dogs. God, what am I saying? This lime green pungent smoke that follows this creature and it envelops the room, and you see it kind of also big spills from its mouth along with the dripping saliva. It currently stands over your friend Misfire, who's now locked beneath its one mighty bear claw upon his chest, the other one gripped into the concrete below. It snarls as it takes in and begins to uh, you see in its heads, its twin heads begin to move separately as they begin to cluck the room and begin to have awareness of how many enemies it now has in this space. You guys are locked in combat. Um, So I'm just gonna run you through the numbers. Number one is that's all right. Are you sure? I thought you would have been over here. Hold
I'm
on.
number one.
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with my map. I'm gonna reverse you guys because I'm pretty sure you guys were like this. So, Doc, you are in the bottom left of the room,
Bottom left. Really?
nearest to that window that you look through into that operation room.
Huh.
20 feet away from you is Vivaldi and Misfire beneath him. Beneath it, I don't know. You guys
And then
are
moved up.
Misfire, you're kind of in the center of the room a little bit more to like the left of the room. Actually, I would say that's 30 feet. Apologies. It's 30 feet away from you, not 20 feet there,
Who, me?
Doc.
Didn't
Yes.
I move up to the rest of the people?
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why it was like this. Okay. So, revert that. That's,
Like, I remember
blanking
I
on your
was
name.
there, and then I moved, like, straight up for my one.
Yeah, okay. Perfect. So that's why I was confused. So, Snake, that's you in the bottom left of the room.
Right under a
Yes.
box or something.
And then up at the top left of the room is Jekyll, who you are by that computer where you guys downloaded the information from. Which means then 30 feet to the right is Doc, nearer towards the double doors where we're getting back into it. I'm remembering your nicknames. Billa, you are just outside the double doors. And then on the other side of the room, on the right hand, top right hand side, is number 3 is SBZ's out the door, and
Yeah, Nate should be at the bottom right corner because that's where he went into to get into position.
Yeah, and I think Owen was the one outside the door, wasn't he? Unless
Yeah,
he
because
came
he
in.
was the
yes,
only one who
and
made it
also,
out.
Yeah.
this was the miscommunication last time, was we couldn't figure out what the bottom of the top was. So I'm just gonna
Yeah.
resend you this picture, just so
okay.
then we can get like a proper understanding of what's going on. But that's okay. Oh, actually, I'm not gonna do that picture because I just realized I had the health of Valdi in that picture, so I'm gonna retake it.
I
That
mean,
would've been
you
sweet.
can send it if you want to.
No, that's okay. Thank you, though.
Damn.
Alright.
Sorry.
That is sent in the... Oh, that's the wrong fucking chat. Excellent.
Yeah, who'd you send that to?
To
I
me.
think I sent that to... I sent that to Chris instead of sending that to this. I'm
No fair.
professional, guys. It's been a little bit. There we go. And when I refer to the top left is where number 4 is.
Yeah, it's right. So
Yeah.
it's correct this time.
Perfect. Okay, that's what we had the miscommunication on last time.
Yeah, because it sent sideways. Because I think you probably turned your phone to take like a long photo.
Yeah. Okay.
You took your photo the long way.
Peanut
Oh,
butter jelly the long way. We're just gonna get right into it. The
Get right into the news.
room, the floor of the room begins to now be coated by this thick green smoke clings to things almost like it flows like a liquid more than it flows like a gas as it flows across the floor. It coats around Vivaldi, this hulking figure, breathing, its one head turned towards you, its other head turned towards Snake.
I believe we are at top of initiative order.
Are at the top of the initiative order with Doc up first and
I'm gonna
Snake.
shoot that man.
You go shoot that man. Hell yeah. Go ahead and roll me your percentile dice. 51
Okay.
above hits.
All right. We got. What is that? I can never tell if that's a 9 or a 6, but either way, it's above 50. So, let's roll some. Okay, how's a 16?
16 unfortunately does not hit.
Okay.
Or it doesn't seem to really affect it all that much as you shoot it and it kind of gets buried in its thick matted hide as it.
Oh,
Spaghetti-O.
Schnick, that's you.
Okay. I am also going to shoot him if I have a clear shot. I think I do.
You would have a clear shot.
Yeah.
Misfire is laying prone beneath Vivaldi.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him with my Glock, not with
Falling
grenade
down
launcher.
like Elvis is diabolical. Who wrote that?
What the fuck? Oh, Jesus.
Fuck you, Chris. Sorry, if you continue.
Yeah, I'm shooting him with the Glock, not with a grenade launcher. Too many people in the room.
casualty, smash-alty. You know you're in for it when you
Patterson,
talk.
fire a warning shot. Sir, this is an M32 grenade launcher. I don't care, just fire it, Patterson.
Potato. Fire.
He
Just
would
fire.
do that. That's the problem.
Tomato, just fire it, Patterson.
Okay. So that is a. Do I add dexterity instead of strength when it's a ranged attack? Can't remember.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I thought so.
Sorry,
And-
my brain
and
just
your
kind of
base attack
farted there
bonus.
for a
And
minute.
yeah.
And your base
I'm
attack,
used to
yes.
just hitting
See,
people.
See, this is why I told you before we started playing. I'm gonna put you on blast for a minute, and I'm gonna pull up your character sheet. This is why I told you to add your total base attack bonuses on your weapon, so then you can look down towards your weapon and see what the total number is you're adding instead of trying to figure out where all these numbers are.
That's what the box on the
Put you
weapon's
on
for.
blast.
That's why I said
That's
total.
fair. I deserve that.
Also,
Um,
did
yeah.
you add the
I
plus
told
1
you.
to your attack rolls? Because Glocks always count as a plus 1 Mastercraft.
Nope, but I'll do that now. So that's now I gotta do math.
Ooh.
6. 24.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Sweet. That is 10 damage.
Woo!
10 damage. Hell yeah. Ooh, wow, that packs a fucking punch.
Well, since
Probably
I can't
too
shoot
much.
with a bomb.
Jekyll, now that's you.
But I'm
All
always fucking high.
I'm actually going to holster my weapon. And as a move action, I'm going to draw instead what looks like a strobe light mounted to a handgun.
Let's hope it's epileptic. Sorry, that joke's in bad taste.
And what do you do with your turn? Or is that all you can do right now?
I'm afraid that's all that I can do right now.
That's
Actually, no.
all you can
Let's
do.
pop my second action point of the day.
Second action point.
I've got it. I might as well use it. He's getting hit by the glitter dust cannon. Jekyll pulls back on the trigger for his strobe-like gun, and everything inside of a 10-foot by 10-foot square around Vivaldi has to make a will save, as the constant flickering light is absolutely blinding.
That'll be a 19 from Vivaldi, and Misfire's also going to need to make this will save.
Yes, he will.
$11.
Okay, so Misfire is blind.
Did Vivaldi succeed?
Yeah, he beat it by 2.
Oh, fuck.
Okay,
Yeah,
so,
You know, just because I'm rolling well in this doesn't mean you have to sabotage me.
okay, so you've got a couple of penalties on you. A blinded creature suffers a 50% mischance in combat, which is a non-issue when you're already fighting something with a 50% mischance.
Okay, but they don't stack.
Yeah, I couldn't
Yes,
stack.
So
You just can't see.
100% misfire.
Thankfully, they don't stack. You lose all your dexterity bonus to defense, though. Opponents
Bro's
gain
gonna get clawed apart.
gain a +2 on attack rolls, aka Vivaldi has a +2 on misfire for the next 5 rounds.
Great work, Jackal.
Oh my god.
He moves at half speed and suffers a -4 penalty on search checks and most strength and dex-based skill checks.
Oh my god.
Rip.
Oh, he's not even gonna be able to get out of the grapple.
No, he's just prone. He's not held grapple right now.
Oh, I thought you said he was.
He can
like,
still try
holding-
to. He can still try to 5-foot crawl away in a random direction.
Yeah, there was some miscommunication there, because you did say I was under its claw.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I don't believe with this ability that you're actually held in a grapple. I believe it's just a trip attack. So yeah, so you're not actually held in a grapple. Sorry, I kind of added that into flavor. I didn't realize that would kind of counteract some of the ruling. But no, you're not currently in a grapple. You're just prone.
Sweet.
Um,
So he might have had a chance to get away with if it weren't for the blinding.
The DC was 17.
Damn. All right. SVZ, that's you, my boy.
So it was
Super voluptuous Zood.
Hey Wes,
Daddy.
Yeah.
am I not third
It
in the
is.
player
Right.
character initiative?
Hey,
Skipped
would it
over
be
your
possible?
turn. I
Is it too
apologize.
late to use an action point to do a reroll of a skill check?
Don't
No,
think
never
it
mind.
would,
Saving
do
throw.
a
There it is.
reroll, but it would add 2d6 to it.
Go ahead and add 2d6 to that and just see if you can overcome it. Just because I totally forgot about action points.
Well, that's a 9 plus 9 to it.
Was it what was it 11 before?
Yeah.
20.
Such a
20.
All he needed to do was beat 17. So yeah,
That passes.
Bing, bang, boom. So you are not blinded. Excellent.
Thank goodness for action points.
Let's
Mhm.
go. Action points.
Whew.
Billy, I'm gonna let you do your quick turn now.
Okay. So the rules on holstering a gun, like, am I able to holster my Python and pull out my sniper in the same turn?
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, holstering is a free action, but taking out your sniper is a move action. Oh, no, actually, that'll depend on what feats you have. Do you have, like, a quick draw feat?
No.
So I believe that's a standard action. So you will be able to holster and take it out, but you won't be able to do anything on your turn.
Nope.
Correct me if I'm wrong, rules guys.
Both holstering and drawing are move actions.
Okay.
So
Okay,
if
so
you,
you'd have to holster using your move and then pull your weapon out using your standard, I guess.
yes,
Could I fire it by using an action point?
strictly by the rules, no, but rule of cool.
No. I'm going to say no based off of what weapon you're using, because you have to holster your Python, and then you have to pull out your sniper, and then you have to chamber around, and then you have to aim and fire. I don't believe that you would be able to successfully pull that off in 6 seconds. So I'm gonna say
Okay.
no, I'm not gonna allow that.
All right.
But you can pull your sniper out.
So,
Fuck it. I'll just shoot.
hold
I'll
on.
just shoot the mad lad.
You gotta shoot the boy. Did you
Wait,
have
I mean-
something to add, Liam?
yes. So holstering, yes, is a move action. Drawing a weapon does not can be a move action, or it could be a regular action with an attack if you have an attack bonus of +1.
Ooh.
Ooh.
If you have attack
Ooh.
bonus of +1 or higher, you combine this action with a regular. Oh, sorry, with a regular move. Never mind, I read that wrong. If you have 2 weapon fighting feat, you can draw 2 light or 1-handed weapons in time. It would normally take you to draw 1. So sorry, I read
Well,
that
if you
wrong.
want to get
Ignore
your
me.
sniper out, might as well just shoot him and then holster your weapon so that you can just pull out the sniper next turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna shoot the bad boy.
Hell yeah, go ahead and shoot the bad boy.
All right. I am. How far away am I from the
I'm gonna call this 40. Far ranges, sorry. Far
Colt
ranges.
Python's range is 40. So I believe I'm good.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you know what? I do think it is easier sometimes to lay it out in feet.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying my best here. I'm still not even that good at Mindscape anymore.
It's okay. You are all right.
Yeah.
All right.
We're learning.
Do I roll percentile?
Yes. 51 hits. 51 and above.
54.
54.
54.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
That is a 31 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Trucker.
Mazel
Uh,
tov.
Also, a fair warning.
not
I know
cut.
most people are probably not going to be doing this, but if you holster a weapon within attack range, it does provoke attack of opportunity.
That's lovely.
Good to know.
No, I lied.
moving
It's
your weapon isn't-
32.
Yeah, that's fine.
2d6.
Can't believe you cheat like that.
I don't add my dex modifier to damage rolls, right?
No, not the damage.
No,
9 damage.
non the most.
And that's my turn.
Wow.
You're not
Other
gonna holster it?
I'll holster my python and then pass turn.
There you go.
There we go. SVZ, that's you now.
Line them up.
Let's light him up with another burst.
What another
Maybe you'll
one.
hit it this time.
Hopefully I do. All right. So dice 11.
Oh, you need to roll your percentile. 51 hits.
Yeah. I miss.
Ah,
As you pull your gun up and you watch as almost like the with the smoke billowing in the room, its form just shifts as you shoot its shadow rather than itself. Misfire. Prone
Okay.
beneath Vivaldi, that's you.
Yeah, I've got some conflicting rules here in the rulebook.
Oh yeah?
Stand up from prone says no in attack of opportunity, but if I scroll down and read standing up, it says it provokes an attack of opportunity.
Maybe one of them is inside of melee versus outside of melee range.
or like from sitting. Does sitting down count as prone?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Anyways,
probably gonna rule this as standing up will inherit a attack of opportunity.
yeah, because it says standing up from a prone position requires a move action. It provokes an attack of opportunity from opponents who threatened you.
That's where it comes into play from enemies that threaten you. If you're just standing, then it shouldn't. But if you're inside of combat range for them, yes.
Kenzie, I think he might be getting.
So I'm gonna have to stand up, which will take my move action.
And I'm gonna rule a attack of opportunity that is a dirty turty. That'll definitely hit. And that'll be 10 slashing.
And then I am just going to fire a single shot at him.
Do you have close range fighting?
I have point blank shot.
Point blank shot. That's the one I'm looking for. You're good. Go ahead and roll me the attack. Roll me the mischance first, and then roll me the attack. Apologies.
Okay. 76. Yeah, I definitely pass.
Yeah. You good.
Alright, and then that would be a 26 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
7.
7 damage.
Yes.
All right.
007 damage.
Wished I used a double shot there.
Big
Oh, well.
word.
And that's all I can do.
Let's see. Okay. Giving Misfire an attack of opportunity, you watch as Vivaldi begins to slowly walk backwards as it swings its head out and takes in. I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah. So I'm not gonna be able to catch SVD in this. So go ahead and roll me your attack of opportunity with the misfire chance. There. Mischance, whatever.
That's 97, so that's another.
Bing bang boom.
No, I wouldn't be able to declare double tap during this, right? Would that
No.
have to be on my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. That is a dirty 20.
Boom. Hell yeah, that'll hit.
That is a dirty, filthy 20.
Little
That
naughty
is
little point.
9 damage.
Boom.
Ooh.
9 damage.
Ooh.
So Vivaldi backs up as you see it begin to take a very deep breath. And as it exhales, you see more of this pungent green smoke begin to fill the room in a cone-like shape. I need Doc, Snake, Billy, and Jekyll all to roll me dexterity saving throws. Or is that fortitude? Hold on.
Reflex.
Hold on. I'm just double checking. I believe it's you know what? I'm gonna call it reflex. I'm not gonna double check this. It's a reflex save.
Okay, I take a -4 penalty to this roll because of the ghillie suit. Whee!
No. You're not a part of that. It's Doc, Snake. No, sorry. Let me rephrase that. I apologize. Doc, Snake, Jekyll, and Misfire.
Oh, okay,
I got
cool.
I got the filthiest, dirty little 20.
Reflex, correct?
Excellent. Yeah.
I heard Billy and I'm just like,
19.
uh-oh.
I have an 18.
19.
18 and a 19.
Go us.
And Liam, sorry.
19. Did it not go through?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I heard you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, nobody said anything. So.
Yeah, sorry, I was thinking to myself, and then I realized, nope, I should be talking. Okay. Only James is going to be taking half damage on this.
Oh, damn.
Let's see. Uh, 32 for the rest of you, 16 for James.
Hey, guess who's down?
Oh god.
Help is on the way, dude.
Oh.
Oh shit!
I'm exactly at 0.
You watch as
Does that mean you're stable
Misfire.
automatically if you're just right at 0?
No, I get 1 action and then I go to -1.
Sorry, continue us.
You see as Misfire stands up and takes a shot and breathes in, thinking that he's just got away from this really sticky situation, accidentally inhaling some of this as he wasn't paying attention as he gets woozy. And do you get your action now, or do you get it on your turn?
Give me a second. I'm checking right now.
Hurt.
I'd assume probably on your turn.
On my turn, I can take a single
On your
move,
turn, so you're
move
just
or attack action each turn.
Get to the doctor, big guy.
But I take
Sure.
1 point of damage after completing the act.
okay. So you were standing there, your consciousness is fading, you're blacking in and out, you're kind of waddling there in this moment as you've inhaled this acidic gas. Doc,
don't know.
that's you now.
I don't know about you guys, but I also hit my damage threshold with that.
I don't know what a damage threshold is.
Oh yeah, does that count for that?
It's a single attack.
All right, well, give me a minute.
Oh my
What's the-
god, injury
I don't-
table. Woo!
How do I know my?
And half the team dies.
It's your constitution.
Oh, then yeah, it hit me too.
If you also
Ooh.
have the feat improved damage threshold, it raises it by 3 points.
I feel like
Yeah,
if I had that,
mine
I'd
too.
probably know what a damage threshold is.
Well, I guess there's one bonus about going to 0. I don't have to roll.
What do you mean?
If an attack doesn't bring you to 0 or lower, you have to roll for the massive damage threshold. But since I got put to
Ah.
0, I don't have to take the roll.
Hmm.
Very good. So, so those of you who hit their massive damage threshold, roll me a Fortitude save, DC 15.
Fortitude
boy.
save.
16.
Hey!
26.
Way!
And Snake, did that hit yours?
Hang on.
Yes, it did.
16.
So 32 damage. So that definitely hit you.
Yeah, it hit mine. I got a 16 on the Fortitude.
Hey!
All right.
Considered it.
Comes in.
Oh, fuck.
With that, I'm just gonna need a quick 5-minute pause. All right. Top of the round goes to Doc. Snake, you're on deck.
Yeah. How far away is
20
Misfire.
feet.
I don't know, whichever one Liam is.
Yeah,
It's
20
misfire.
feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over to him. I gotta
Alright.
save my boy.
Hell yeah, save your boy.
Yeah. When I get there, I guess this is urgent, so I'll drop my weapon because I don't have the move action left to holster it, and then I will stabilize him. I don't think it requires a check or anything, but either way, I probably pass it. Let's see.
I think treat injury has a DC for stabilizing.
With the medical kit, a character. Oh yeah, 15, and I can take 10 on it, so I pass. So he's stable.
Excellent. That doesn't actually, that heals him just to 1.
He just doesn't lose any more hit points.
Okay.
It doesn't regain any.
Mind you, if he does a full round action, that'll also cost him a hit point, thus putting him back in danger.
Because he's at 0.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. I'll heal him a bit next turn.
So, I mean, he could make a mad dash down the hallway, and then if you got up to his body, you could restabilize him.
Well, yeah.
Put you at 90
Also,
feet.
as a doctor rushing to his patient, I'm putting myself between him and the bad guy.
Oh, awesome. Okay, I see how you want to be positioned. All right, Snake, that's you with Billy on deck.
Cool. I still have a clear line of sight, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can I kind of position myself towards Doc and Misfire, but like not in the way? Just to like cover them?
Yeah, I can say you can walk up 15 feet and get like near them that you can kind of hover over them and provide cover.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna
Yeah.
shoot at him again.
Go ahead and roll me your misfire and your attack.
72 for the percentile, and oh, that's mean. It was a 16, but it rolled to a 6.
Aw.
So that's quick math. 17 to attack.
Unfortunately, that
Yeah.
matches, so that will not hit.
I didn't think so. And that's all I got.
Jekyll, that's you. Sorry, Billy, that's you. Jekyll on deck.
Muted.
You almost did it again.
I almost did it again.
I'm gonna pull out my snipper rifle.
Ooh, booga booga.
And I can fire this turn, right?
Yeah, you still have a standard action.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna shoot my snipper rifle.
Firing from the hip.
Quick scope him. Modern Warfare 2 black scope him.
Yep. 77.
Bam! Go ahead and roll that attack.
As Not 20.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. 2d10. Where are you? There you are. So
Where are
as
you?
and I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm really not. So as that's a solid 32 damage. As Billy
And it succeeds. So 32 damage.
as Billy pulls out his sniper rifle and quickly takes aim and fires, he's going to say, "Bitches love cannons, Holmes." Kablam! As this shot is going to hit this creature on like square against his one of the head chins of their canine heads. Square in the chin.
Hell yeah. Jekyll, now that's on to you. This character is looking, this Vivaldi's looking quite hurt.
I'm going to take note of the fact that to my right, I've got the downed misfire and Doc currently trying to lean over him. I'm going to start to move towards the door, aiming uh, my gun slightly to the left, so that way I can try to avoid catching them inside of the 10-foot by 10-foot square that this that my gun will fire. And
yeah, you are gonna have to move a little bit to the left to get a clear shot.
All right, well, I'll shift over to the left, aim the strobe light gun again, and open fire.
Go ahead and roll that mischance.
It fills the area, 10-foot by 10-foot square.
Oh, right, never mind. So that's a will save.
Will save DC 17.
Ooh, and that, I believe, is a failure.
Okay. Then he is blind, and he gets to join us inside of the 50% mischance club.
Excellent.
Along with that, he does not get any more dex bonus to defense. So we'll knock that off. Grants
So he's
plus
permanently flat-footed now.
currently. It'll only last for a duration of 1 round per caster level that I have as the pulp scientist. So that'll be 5.
How many rounds?
5. So give him
5
a 5-round
Awesome.
countdown.
Can you give me a 5-round countdown?
Sure. Now, also all enemies to him are going to get a +2 bonus on attack rolls. And he is going to move at half speed, suffer a -4 penalty on search checks and most strength and ability-based skill checks.
Wow, so he's only moving at half speed?
Yep, for the next 5 rounds.
Shit. Well, that changes my plan. Okay. Is that all you do with your turn, monsieur?
Yes.
SVD, that's you, buddy.
Let's try this one more time.
One more time.
Yeah, that'll fucking hit. As that's a 99 on the dice.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
And a +2 on your attack roll. And he doesn't have any defense or any dex bonus on his AC.
Alright, so that is. And 14 doesn't hit.
It does not. How did you only get your burst fire, is that a -2 or -4?
-4.
Okay, so that's reduced to a -2 because of the blindness.
And I rolled a 5.
Oof.
Yeesh.
Still a pretty good shot.
I'll fucking action point to fucking roll again.
I believe the action point adds 2d6 to the roll.
Yes.
Action point adds
action
2d6.
point we'll add 2d6 instead of re-rolling a d20.
Alright, so that's +8. So
22 should hit.
That
22
absolutely
should
does hit. Go ahead and roll that a demoge.
alright.
This is gonna be
so-
fun.
Alright, finally. So 2d12 plus.
Since it's blind, didn't Chris say it loses dexterity as well to AC?
To its
Yep.
AC, yep.
Okay.
Okay. There's one more. So that is 4d12s I'm rolling.
Gosh dang. Very nice, sir.
All right, so that's 12, 19, 22, 28, 30. That is 30 damage.
Damn.
Attaboy. Hey, you still average 10 damage per attack.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Misfire. It's your turn.
Okay.
You need to make a check on the massive damage roll.
I did. Thank you for that reminder. That is success. That is a success.
Yes.
Don't
So-
move, doctor's orders.
So yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna say it sucks being the last person in the round because
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't delay.
Yeah.
Can't what?
There's a specific action called delay where you delay your initiative to go later
Oh.
in the round, but that's only in the round. So if I'm the last person, I can't delay my action.
Technically,
too
you
bad.
can delay your action because Vivaldi is last.
With how I want to do it doesn't work, but I can ready an action, and I will ready a move action for after Doc heals me.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, because it takes a full round action for me, so I can't have you moving like we can't go to safe place first. Unless you want to carry me.
Well, unfortunately to you, Doc, because of the lessened movement, you are now the nearest threat to Vivaldi. Because he can't reach anywhere else. And he... Oh, actually, I need a counter on. Huh.
Have I like... Oh, I guess I did just talk. Well, doesn't he have to search for me? Like, he can't see. How does that work when you're blind?
That actually is not an issue for this creature.
I guess, yeah.
This creature has the ability known as blind sight. So as long as it can smell you, it knows where you are. So I will go ahead and roll a little sniff check with a spot check just to see if he can see you.
So he
Um,
can. So Vivaldi can
doctor?
sense where things are. It just can't see them for purposes of attacks.
Yeah, so it's still going to take a -2 on attack, or it's still going to take that 50% miss chance, but it does know where you are based off of the smell.
Okay.
As a doctor, I have a +2 hygiene bonus, so I don't smell bad, so -2 to your roll.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have worn that expensive fucking doctor's cologne out on the battlefield.
It's not cologne, it's the opposite. I'm
It's head and
clean, I have no
shoulders.
scent. I have dandruff, okay?
Yes, but unfortunately to you, you are the nearest person, so it is going to smell you and immediately going to charge forward as both of its heads are going to make bite attack actions towards you.
Rude.
Ooh, lovely. Both of these will definitely hit. Lowest
Are they?
is a 27.
Dang.
That's with the 50% mischance.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna get that in just a moment here. Let me get that 50% mischance. 98, so that still will hit with 22 total damage. Broken down. What is your massive damage threshold? What's your constitution?
14.
14, so you
Is
are
this-
safe.
Is this 2 separate hits?
This is 2
Yeah,
separate.
so shouldn't you have to do
Okay, so I will say, yeah, I'll need to roll another mischance for the other one. 83 on the other one. Good call,
Okay.
guys.
So is that, you said 22?
22 total damage.
Yeah. Ouch.
Now it's your turn, and he is looming above you with your back turned to him.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna take a full round action to heal my boy.
That will result in an attack of opportunity, I believe.
I don't know. I have no idea.
It should.
Does anyone have the reference pulled up faster than I have that reference pulled up?
Looking at right now. Where's the use a skill that takes an action, usually invokes an attack of opportunity.
All right, so that will be a little bit
50% miss
lower.
chance.
Still will hit if I hit them 50. No, that misses. Cool.
Sweet.
So
What was
no
the
damage.
roll gonna be?
Roll was going to be 22.
That wouldn't have hit. I've got a +4 against attack of opportunities.
Ooh, Buffalo. I wish it did hit then, because you would have been like, ah, that's
Yeah.
dope.
Hold on. Okay. Pick your D4 here, Liam. I've got a white and pink one. I've got like a blue one. I've got like a lighter kind of icy blue one. I've got a red one, and I've got like a cloudy, like black and gray one.
Let's go with the icy blue one.
Okay.
Ooh, good old Tobin vibes.
I only got a 1, but you get 8 health.
Okay.
Nice.
And then
Do you want to remind me again why your bonus is so high?
What to healing?
For healing, I just want to know what the
Oh
ability
yeah.
is.
I
It's in
literally
my
just
mind.
checked it. Yeah. Healing knack is one of the talents from. Oh, sorry, that's not even healing touch is one of the talents from dedicated hero. That's a +2 HP for every medical kit and surgery check, and then expert healer is an ability from the field medic that gives you +1 HP per combat medic level when I'm level 5.
That's fucking awesome.
my ready action now starts, and I will move 30 feet towards the door.
30 feet towards the door. Awesome. That gets you pretty much right beside Jekyll.
Okay. We are going to talk about you trying to blind me later.
Oh no, you found the wrong place in a firefight.
Snakeadoodah. I believe that's you now. Billy, you're on deck.
Sweet. Is Vivaldi still on top of Doc or like?
Yeah, right now.
He hovering over Doc.
So if I shoot Vivaldi, am I gonna hit Doc or no?
No,
No.
I will say because of Vivaldi's large base plate and the fact that Doc is crouching, I will say you have a clear shot overhead.
Okay. Can I want to shoot Vivaldi, but like rotate towards / like in the direction of the doorway so that Vivaldi then moves in a better line of sight for everybody who's left the room, but still be close enough to Doc to kind of cover him. Does that make sense?
With your 30 feet of movement, where? If you move to the top of the building on the other side of Jekyll, you'll still have a good view. You'll still be within 30 feet of Doc, and the target will be towards that side of the room rather than towards Doc himself, especially if you guys are continuing to pepper him.
Cool.
So is that what you want to do? Move forward, like move upward in the room towards
Yeah.
where Jekyll is?
Yeah.
Okay.
83 for my percentile.
83 will hit.
And then that's 19.
You're looking to beat a 16 here.
Oh, so 19 to hit is good.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll damage.
This is for the Glock, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Another 10 damage.
Another 10 damage. How do you want to do this?
Yeah. Can I shoot him twice? Like, can I shoot him once, run, and then shoot him again?
Give me all the flavor you want. As you begin to run with your sidearm drawn, how do you put this beast to bed?
She's gonna shoot the first head that she can see, and then as he turns to look at her because she shot him in the head, gonna run the other way. You know what? Fuck it. Does a cool ass tuck and roll, jumps back up, shoots him in the other head, and yeah.
Hell
Get this
yes.
thing off
You
of me.
take out one quick shot right in the middle of the forehead of the what would be on your side would be the right hand head. As you shoot, poof, the head slumps over, and as the Vivaldi begins to react and is dragging its snout upon the dead head's snout upon the ground. The other head roars in anger as you run, tuck and roll, pull your gun up, aim. The gunshot echoes. Time slows. You feel like you watch it through the air as it also collides right into the eye of the left-hand head as you watch as its entire hulking body raise up and fall backwards.
Yeah.
Silence in the bunker. The smoke still lingers but seems less potent now. It kind of drifts off out of the room and into some ventilation systems. And just as the deafening silence breaches the room, all you hear is the cutest little coming from Quinn's laptop to show that the download is now complete.
Just in time. Ow.
That was a less than optimal fight. Let's reconvene back at base.
I take a photo of Vivaldi to add to the debriefing report for the end.
Excellent. You guys
call.
take what information you need, take a couple of photos. You guys uncover a couple of documents just to seize and bring back, just to give a full rounded report. We're just gonna speed run this real quick. You guys exit the back the way you guys came from. Actually, before I do that, do you guys want to bother with any of the Russian bodies, or do you guys think they'd probably be a little bit too mutilated for you guys to loot?
I'm gonna check, see if there's anything to recover.
Go ahead and roll me a search check.
Sure.
I'll take a photo since we have the opportunity as well to show inside the report the presence of the red scorpion presence.
Perfect. Taking a
If
picture
there's
of their insignia and the blood-stained bodies and the one body that's been ripped from legs from torso. You take images of all of these.
while they're also doing
Yeah.
that, I grab my laptop. I also want to see if there's any like salvageable electronics around.
I'll ask you also to roll me a search check, and I'll say 10 gives you something, 15 gives you something more, and 20 gives you what you want.
Oh, it's a 15 because I rolled a 1.
15.
Ooh.
All right. So, any recoverable tech? What are you looking for? I'm just gonna ask you. Is there anything that you think would catch your eyes?
I'm thinking more of the stuff along of things I can grab to either help boost what we've got or repair in case we did. So like any circuit boards, wires, stuff like that.
You know what? I'll give you. You begin to tear into one of the circuit boards, and you strip their long-range communication sensors. That will help boost your home base's reach for their radios.
Sweet.
So this won't help you completely overcome the noise of the island, but this will at least help you on the beach reach out, even if there's like a storm or something.
Yeah.
And just speed running. Oh, sorry. Do we have anything else? What was your search
My
check? Sorry, I
search check.
apologize.
No, you're good. I got a 21.
2 out of the 3 bodies has their stuff still in see. Not a scout, not a lieutenant. This character sheet right here. Let's see, what kind of gear do you pull from this guy? I don't even remember what kind of gear I have. So the gun that they carry is an AKM. It's
Oh.
a more modified heavy LMG version within the AK Russian line.
Okay.
AK with a drum.
They actually carry very limited equipment on them. They only carry 1 flashbang, a limited amount of ammo, and their gun with excuse me, ugh, burping. They have a knife in their boot as well, so it's a knife, the AKM, and a flashbang and some what
Ammo.
rounds are the AK-772?
7.62 by 3.9.
7.62, and some 7.62 rounds.
Okay, cool.
So that's
What would the
2
amount
total
be
flashbangs.
in terms of boxes?
Boxes, they carry 3 mags on them with 30 bullets in them. So that's 90 bullets of 7.62.
Okay, cool.
I actually don't know if any of you can use 7.62 ammo, but regardless.
I probably could.
No, I don't think you would. You technically might have
Alright,
bigger
'cause I
bullets than a
can go-
7.62. What gun are you
using,
using?
50 PMG.
I'll look this.
M2HB, which I'm pretty sure is 50 BMG.
Yeah, 50 caliber.
All right.
So we're gonna just speed this up. Is there anything else that we want to cover in the bunker? Any other information that we want to uncover? Obviously, we have some information that's been downloaded on Quinn's laptop that we're gonna be able to look at later. So anything else that we want to look at? No, So, from this location, the strike team then move their ways out of the bunker the same way that they entered, following the same tracks that they did. It is now, you guys breached in about 3 o'clock. It's now getting about 7 o'clock. The sky is darkening, but it's still, you're right near the equator, so it's going to be still pretty bright at this time. You guys make your way and pick up your new friend slash kidnappee, as well as the bike with the carrying compartment, the sidecar. That's what it's called.
Nailed it.
How long does that poison last? Is he still knocked out?
He's probably conscious, but riding fairly high because of the fact that he's only got 1 point of wisdom at this point.
Upon returning, you can see on your zip tie handcuffs, you can see some wear and tear on the zip ties where he tried deliriously to attempt to break it, but to no avail as he kind of just sits in there slumped, defeated. You see like a trail of drool dripping down the side of his face and down his neck. He's got his mouth gagged. He's as you guys pick him up, or no, you probably don't even pick him up. Quinn, go ahead and roll me a drive check just to make sure you get this, because you're the best driver of the group. Go ahead and just make sure that you get your companion and yourself and the motorcycle back to base camp.
Well, considering there's an 18 on the
Successful.
die, that's a 28 altogether.
Hell yeah, dude. And with that, we're going to call a quick break, and we will catch up with our strike team as they return to Recovery 1. See you soon. The strike team arrives on the southern shoreline back to their base camp, Recovery 1. The skies have darkened to a dull gray, distantly. You can kind of see streaks of a dull orange or red through the clouds as the sunrise is kind of eclipsed by the rest of the jungle canvas on the western side. I'd like everyone to make me a spot check. This is the DC 10. This is very simple to see. Just let me know if you pass or fail.
Pass.
Pass.
Sorry, what was the DC?
10.
Fail.
10.
Oh, yeah, I passed.
Pass.
I would pass even with a nat 1.
Sorry, did I hear James pass? Perfect. Okay. So honestly, befitting Jekyll's character. Jekyll's just not doesn't care about it. As far as he's concerned, you know what? I'll ask you. What is your immediate thoughts as you return to the beach?
expecting that something has been screwed around with as far as our gear. He's a happy soul.
Sorry, I'll rephrase. What do you do as you return to the beaches, as you don't have the patience to see what these characters are about to see? What do you immediately start doing that takes your focus?
Probably registering a report with the mainland.
So you're gonna head right in inside to the communication tent. As streamlined as he does, he immediately doesn't clock. You guys stop as you notice that the shoreline has now crept up some distance up the beach.
Does this seem like normal tide?
No, based on the time, the tide should be out right now, and yet it has now the beach. The water has now encroached upon the beach by a couple of feet. I would say about 3.5 feet. It is now encroached on the beach.
The island is sinking.
I got that too.
Did you say this out loud?
Yeah.
Appears we're more on a time
Well,
crunch than we
well,
realized.
Sorry, Liam, I think you're gonna need to speak up. I was struggling to hear you.
Sorry. Seems like we're more on a time crunch than we realized.
Something like that.
It seems like this fight has followed me from home.
What are you?
I'm Dutch. We've been fighting water for years.
That's funny.
We've been fighting the ocean for years.
Well, do you know how to build a dike?
I do, but I didn't bring any materials to do so.
Well, what help are you?
I have big gun. That's my help.
Oh, touche.
Probably, probably got to watch the shore, or not the shore, but probably got washed away when we were gathering supplies, maybe.
No, I think he just wasn't expecting to build a giant rock structure.
Yes.
No point worry about it now.
Anywho,
Nothing we can do at the moment. Let's just
What,
survey the camp, make sure everything's okay.
what are people's healths looking like right now?
Whopping 8.
Out of
55.
okay. Anybody else down, or is it just him and me?
I'm half what I should be.
Same.
Okay.
I'm at full health, baby. 61 of 61.
Let me see what I can do for you guys here.
25.
Owen, that didn't pick up on camera or on mic.
Oh, I said I'm at full health. 75 out of 75. Let's go.
Perfect. And as well, to remind you, you are also accompanied by your dribbly friend, who's bound within the sidecar of the motorbike.
Oh shit! Right. Is he dead or what? What's going on?
Let's just say he's on the trip of a lifetime.
I believe you're in the communications tent. I want to ask you what you get up to in the communications tent. Sorry to.
I'll be alerting the mainland to the fact that the distress beacon that we were receiving was actually a ancient USSR laboratory, and so far we have not made any successful advancements in trying to locate our original teams.
Instead of role playing this out, I'm gonna just ask you to make me a check for this. I'll say, just to unless you have any other suggestions, I'm gonna ask you to roll me a gather information check.
Yeah, that's a 14.
You maintained some connection as you begin to babble, but about halfway through, with you speaking through with you, wow, words with you speaking slow. You didn't get very far in your tale before the communications became jargled and your message didn't fully go through.
Okay.
This is bullshit.
Put it on a t-shirt. He said it twice.
So I'd like to prepare the medical tent for some field surgery just to actually patch people up more than what I can do on the battlefield.
Awesome. You know what? Just roll me a craft pharmaceutical just to make sure that the area is sterile. Like how clean that you make.
Um, 27.
Yeah, perfect. It is perfectly sterile. There, I'm not going to give you any hindrance to any of your rolls.
Sweet. Okay, so before we do anything, I'm first gonna make a treat injury check on myself, which is just at a -5 to my modifier to just do like a just to heal myself up a little bit. I can't like perform surgery on
Are
myself,
you
but I
able
can
to
like
take
heal
20 on
myself.
this roll?
I could take 10 on it.
You could take 10 on it, so you'd be basically taking 5. So I feel like you'd be better off rolling.
I mean, I'll succeed either way.
Oh, okay. So I'll just say take 10, succeed either way.
Yeah, sweet. Okay, so F, let me roll a d4 here. What's that? I can't see. Oh, it's a 1, so 8 hit points. That's better than nothing.
I think that it's only a D4 for this. I feel like it should be more.
Yeah, but you like get better at it. Like you get better at adds to it.
Worst part is you can only use it
Okay.
on one character per day. Use it
Yeah,
on a character only once per day.
once per day. Yeah. So yeah, once I get the area all sterilized and whatnot, I'll first go up to your misfire, Liam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'll go up to him and just be like, "Hey,
I mean, honestly, if it's easier, we can like quickly write down a note of everyone's name because like I'm gonna be using your code name for combat just to make it easier. But out of combat, I feel like it would be nicer if you guys got on a first name basis.
Okay.
So I mean, just right now, can we remind everyone of their first names?
Quintus. Quinn for short.
Quintus. Yeah, I'd probably call you Quinn. I'm Tom.
Corey.
Yeah. Sorry, what'd you say, Owen?
Say,
One more time.
Shane.
Shane. Okay.
say,
Okay.
Lily?
Lily, right? Nate.
Miguel.
Oh, right. I'm still gonna call him Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, Quinn, I was only able to do so much for you, especially with the that creature breathing down my neck. It's probably best if you come into the tent so I can patch you up for real.
I appreciate it. I want you to look over everybody else first.
No, I've taken a peek. You're the worst off. I gotta do you first. Doctor's orders. Um,
T-shirt.
okay, so first I roll, or I guess I'll have to roll to see if it's successful first. It's a DC 20. Normally at a -4, but I have the surgery feat. That was a nat 20, but it was kind of cocked. Like it kind of like
Don't cocked what? Who natural 20?
okay.
I like that the sound of that.
So that will pass, and you'll only be fatigued after the surgery for 6 hours. So after like a good night's rest, you'll be fine.
Alright.
And this surgery will take 3 hours.
Cool. So during those 3 hours, what does the rest of you get up to? Obviously, Jekyll, you have not been able to get through. I have your character sheets pulled up. There it is, so I can actually look at your names. Perfect. Corey, obviously you were not able to get through to the mainland very clearly, not without Quentin's help with his salvage long range repairs. What did the rest of you get up to? Do you guys get up to anything interesting, or should we just time skip?
Lily's not doing anything cool. I think she'd like reload her Glock that she was using and then maybe calibrate her weapon. Like she's not doing anything important.
Billy is going to reload both his sniper rifle and his Colt
Anyone else?
Python, and he'll volunteer for first watch.
Go ahead and roll me a rolling spot check as you position yourself in the watchtower.
A spot check.
Yes.
That is a 24.
Excellent. Shane, Corey, do you guys get up to anything interesting?
I'll probably take inventory of what's left inside of the supply tent and see if I can reload with a few more of the high explosive rounds.
Excellent. 3 hours pass and the surgery is successful.
Sweet. Okay. So it's
It is now 10 o'clock at night.
okay. It's 1d6 per character level of healing. If you're feeling real nice, you could let us just take a certain number because of the nat 20.
Here it is. 8d6. You could re-roll any ones and twos.
Epic. So should I roll it or should he roll it?
Let's have it fun. Both of you took part in this. Both of you get to roll 4d6 and re-roll any ones and twos. Just to make this fun. I am feeling like a gracious DM today.
I got 18 on my end.
Okay.
Wow.
7 plus. I got 17.
Nice.
Damn. 35?
Yep, that sounds right.
Is that my quick
Yep.
maths? Am I right?
I
Yep.
believe so.
Hell yeah.
That
Are
puts
you
me
back up to full?
Not quite. I'm 43 out of 55, so 12 off.
You'll get another 8 once you sleep.
Yeah.
So it's 10 p.m. We all kind of need rest. So anybody else that need, I'm trying to think. Two of you guys said you're about like half health, right?
Yep.
Yep.
You two. I feel like I could realistically do one more in the evening, depending on like what I roll. What do you think, Wes?
This will affect your time tomorrow if you attempt another surgery. Like, obviously, I mean, you're risking another 4 hours, making it 2 a.m.
So
But
what do you mean time tomorrow?
You
Like,
can at least do another surgery.
okay, I'll do one more. Who's got the lower total hit points right now? What are you? I know you said you're about half that, but what are you guys at?
I would say that probably Lily is going to be inside of more dire straits than probably than what Corey is.
You could have
I'm
just
at
told me
40.
your health, and
I'm at 43.
what are you at?
34.
So we'll go with you. All right, let's see what we can do here. Let's do a check. That's not as great, but we could probably still pass it.
Corey looks up and down Tom and just kind of says, "Well, are we having fun today, Dr. Rogozov?"
I'm having a blast. Also not my name.
No, it's a reference to a doctor in Antarctica. Had to do field surgery on himself. He had to remove his own appendix.
You know what? I think I learned about him in med school.
It's why you can only get stationed in Antarctica if you've had your appendix removed.
Neat little fact. I'm gonna put you out now. Let's see how long that takes. 2 hours. So yeah, done by like noon. You're gonna be fatigued for 12 hours.
Oh, it's midnight now.
Yeah.
Yeah, not noon.
I said 12, didn't
You
I?
did accidentally
said
said noon.
noon, but I'm sure you meant midnight.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I didn't roll as good on that one, so you're gonna be fatigued for 12 hours. And you will. Should we just split it again, or do you want to roll? You've probably got more
Split
dice.
it
You can.
again.
Okay.
I'll
again.
carry it over. You can re-roll ones and twos.
Oh, sweet.
So we each roll 4 dice, 6.
Yeah, and re-roll ones and twos. I got you 18 or 19.
And I've got 17.
36.
So yeah, that should bring me back to full.
Sweet. And then yeah, it's
The
bedtime. Doctor's tired.
moon towers overhead. You guys have a quick meal of MREs around the bonfire. Most of you head to bed. Blanking on your name. Miguel, you take first watch. Who decides to take second watch, by the way? Probably someone who's healed.
I can take second watch.
Go ahead and roll me a spot check.
All right. That is 18.
On your watch, Miguel, you stare into the canopy with your binoculars, your AWM leaning up against the barricade. You watch as a shadow moves within the canopy. Your 24 spotted it. Can you roll me one more spot check? This time at disadvantage.
Because, it's dead. It's dead in the middle of the night.
Exact.
$17?
Shadows move and vanish. The drizzle, the light, cool drizzle of the cloudy skies above, you recognize if you do not move out to identify these tracks, they will be lost in the morning.
So I have to go out right now, or I'm going to lose them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna go identify the tracks.
Soaked.
Taking my rifle with me, obviously.
Yeah, soaked, moving through the damp canopy, not canvas. I don't know why I keep saying canvas. I don't know if that's the right word. It's canopy. Moving through the canopy, the wet leaves brushing against you, soaking you. I need you to roll me a survival check as you reach these tracks. If you carry a flashlight on you, that you can roll this at advantage.
Unfortunately, I do not. That's a 22.
22. It's hard to understand these tracks you look upon are three-pronged toes with one prong in the back almost like a large lizard, or maybe the night's getting to you. This truck is so big, you'd think it'd be some kind of dinosaur, but no. Dinosaurs are extinct. But there is absolutely a very large lizard that has made its way through here.
All right, I'm gonna follow the tracks and keeping a conscious effort to stay as hidden as possible throughout.
Unfortunately, with your survival check, you only make it a small distance away before losing its tracks within the bramble.
Okay. I'm going to take a note of the direction in which the tracks were going and see if there are any if there are any landmarks that a creature like this would need to change direction.
Make me a second survival check.
Eh, 23?
The sound of rushing water from a nearby river that flows in an eastern direction allows you to be able to refer that it needed to move southeast to be able to avoid the river.
Sorry, say that one more time.
So, where you are within the southern beach, you've traveled a good distance in. The tracks then lead. Northeast. Sorry, I need to. The tracks then lead in a northeastern direction where you tracked until you reached an area with rushing water to your north.
Okay.
I would say, based on the sounds, I would be like, based on your roll, I think you would be able to distinguish that this river flows east. And so from where you lost it, it needs to travel in a southeastern direction in order to make it past the river.
Okay, cool.
So it almost double backs on itself, but more in an eastern direction.
All right, cool.
Shane, you awaken for your guard duty, suddenly realizing that Miguel has not reported back to relieve himself of his duty. As you awaken and strut from the barrack tents up towards the beach, you see Miguel exiting the jungle, himself covered in a fair bit of mud. As the two of you approach each other.
Where the hell did you go?
You're not gonna fucking believe this, man, but there are giant fucking lizards in the jungle.
It's jungle. That's where giant fucking lizards live.
No, like, you don't understand, man. These things are fucking huge. Like, their footprints are massive. Unlike anything I've ever seen before.
Huh. Okay. Do you want me to go after it or something, or what do you want me to do? Like,
I'm just letting you know what I found. I mean, I lost the trail. I went like northeast, and then I found a river to my north once I lost the tracks, and that river flows east, and I lost the trail there. So it's hard to track it through the bramble. So I would say don't bother, just keep watch. See if you spot anything.
all right, get some rest as I head up the tower.
Buenos noches.
The night passes eventfully. The sun peeks over the eastern sky, burning off a lot of the graying clouds. Quinn, you awaken after your surgery with no fatigue. Jekyll, you wake with your body quite sore for the next 4 hours. If someone can give me an hour counter on that. You all had an 8-hour rest, making it 10 o'clock in the morning now. What's sleeping accommodations like? There is 3 barrack tents in recovery 1. What is sleeping arrangements like?
Sleep in a bed in one of the barrack tents.
I know, no, but who rooms together? Obviously, there's 3 barrack tents. There's 4 beds per thing. Is it like who decides to room together? Who likes each other enough to spend the fucking night together?
Well, I'd probably sleep in the same barrack as Corey and Quinn just because they're my patients and they just underwent surgery.
Corey and Quinn. So the 3 of you stayed 110, and probably I assume Lily will takes a tent for herself.
Oh yeah, Lily's taking a tent for herself.
Yeah, no boys allowed. And then as Miguel returns from his watch, do you join the rest of the crew or do you take your own tent? Muted if you're about to say something.
Oh, yeah, I was just like, well, oh, muted. Oh.
Whoop. Whoop a gun.
Miguel will take a 10 on his own, the tent that's closest to Lily's.
So I would say that like if the 3 tents, it would be the farthest left tent would be Tom and the boys, and then there would be the vacant middle tent, and then Lily's.
I'll take
So
the
you take
vacant
the
middle
vacant
tent.
middle tent. I would say, Tom, you are jolted awake by the sounds of Corey's snoring.
Um, I'm gonna walk over and plug his nose to like reset his snoring a little bit.
As you awake, you lock eyes with Quinn across the room, who has his pillow wrapped around his head and his eyes completely wide open. You guys are staring towards each other.
Sleep okay?
Well, it was fine when I was under. Can't say same few hours in.
Oh well.
Well, I
Yeah,
think that's
that
my
last
time
noise
to-
was the sound of him like coughing as his nose was plugged and he had to breathe through his mouth.
I think that's
That
my
should
cue
reach
to
soon.
go check around the camp, make sure supplies are in order.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sure he'll wake up soon, but he just had surgery too, so we'll just go elsewhere. You feeling all right?
Better than ever.
Not
Glad
not
to
too
have your report.
drowsy? Good. All right.
At the sorry, go on.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Oh, perfect. At the same time as the two of you exit your tents, Miguel, who not only had a rough sleep of scaled dreams, he was also woken early by the snoring of Corey. Snorri, if you will.
He snore.
He snore.
Your band.
Mm.
Actually,
Morning,
can you give
guys.
me 2?
No.
Miguel exits his tent to see both Tom and Quinn exiting theirs. Uh, Quinn is looking a lot more healthy than he was the previous day. I'll honestly just leave up this role playing to you guys this morning, and then the following people can wake as they choose.
Buenos dias, compadres. How are we doing
Watched last
today?
night.
Leon's
Liam, I think you're going to speak up.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm talking so low. I think I'm in Caldwin mindset right now. How was watch last night?
Eventful.
Eventful how?
There were some shadows walking across directly in front of me, so I went down the watchtower to see if I could identify the tracks at all, and whoop,
We have lost a Chris.
Oh no! Keep going, he'll be back.
whoop, power blip.
Power.
Yeah, and so I took a look at the tracks, and they look to be from like a giant lizard species of some kind.
Like a Komodo dragon?
Um, like more like. So is the out of game question? The size of the tracks are from giant lizards, but like how large in like comparison to like the average human male?
Longest claw to longest claw, I would say, is about 10 inches.
So from the bottom claw of the
From
footprint
the
to the
hind
front.
claw to the longest third claw is 10
Okay.
inches. And based on your roll, it walked on its hind legs.
Oh my. So yeah, the footprint from hind claw to the tip of the largest claw in front was about 10 inches. Um, and it was standing on its hind legs as far as I can tell.
Huh. Well, I suppose it wouldn't be the weirdest thing we've seen on this island so far. I guess we'll have to keep our eyes out for some sort of raptor.
Perhaps the data we got from the bunker will tell us more.
Oh, yeah, I suppose you haven't had a chance to look over that. Maybe there were some other experiments going on. I would have liked to investigate the lab some more, but I figure do that while we're not in a time-sensitive mission.
I also
At the mention of time sensitive mission, you guys look back towards the beach and notice once again that it's climbed another half a foot.
A strange island.
Sorry.
I said, what a strange island.
I look around for like a large stick or maybe like a plank of wood or something to stick where it currently is at on the shoreline.
Yeah, you find a piece of skinny driftwood that you bury into the sand where obviously you can recognize that the tide is high right now, but where the pull of the tide pulls off, you're able to recognize where the tide currently sits.
We'll use this as a gauge, see how much time we can gather from this.
Right.
I would say in length it's about 8 feet away from the barrack tents, which are the lowest structure in the island. Or on the beach, I would say. 8 feet away.
So probably got like 2 days till it's that. Because you said it went 3.5 and then another half foot in like a day, right?
Yeah.
Assuming it's right, continues to rise at a similar rate. What was our other than the distress beacon? What was our other objective? Just trying to find any other survivors, or like the other
There
soldiers?
was an anomaly that took place on the island. A meteor of some rare metal has crashed on the island,
Right.
where originally the ground zero was monitored for about 2 months by Spanish scientists until that communication fell silent, where then they sent in the recovery team that established the base camp that you're currently in, Recovery 1. And then they lost contact with them too. So your primary objective is to go to Ground Zero and recover a lot of recover information.
Right. Okay. And where abouts is ground zero in
Ground
reference to where we are
Zero
now?
is on the far northeastern side of the island.
Okay, so kind of like straight up-ish from where we are.
Straight up and a little bit to the left.
Oh, okay. And we went a little bit inland to get to the towards the middle to get to the stress call, right?
The distress call was more on the western half of the island. You guys went north and more western in that
Yeah,
way.
so like we're on the southeast, so like towards more middle than
Yeah.
where we're going now.
So distress signal is this way, ground zero is this way.
Yeah. Okay. And distance wise, that took us roughly what, like half a day to get to the distress call, or was it a day and a half? What was
I
it?
would
Well,
say it
close
probably
enough.
took you a grand total of a day from here to there to get there, but because you had that combat in the middle, it took
Right.
you a day and a half. But you do have that jeep
Yeah,
at the top of the island to make travel a lot quicker.
that's true. Yeah, all right. Okay, let's gather everybody up and make a game plan, because obviously whatever we do, we can't stay here too much longer.
You guys wake all your comrades and meet up in the communications tent.
Okay. Um, so situation is the water level seems to be rising for whatever reason. Um, can I think of any scientific reason this might be happening? Or does it just seem odd?
It seems odd. Maybe the island is sinking.
Ha! I knew it.
I blame the hole in the ozone layer. Curse you, Montreal Accord.
Is this a parallel timeline where we have the Montreal Accord instead of the Paris Accord?
Pretty sure that it was the Montreal Accord that banned CFCs.
Oh, maybe that. I thought you were referring to just like the Paris Climate Agreement. Um, but wouldn't that be fixing the hole in the ozone layer? Because the chlorofluorocarbons were the thing causing it.
Exactly.
So you're
You
saying because
really
there's less of a
believe
hole?
that it was the CFC's fault?
As a scientist, yes.
Uh, uh,
Um, Anywho, islands sinking, water's rising, whatever's happening. We're obviously already on a time crunch. So I say we pack up the essentials into the Jeep and start heading towards ground zero of the impacts now that we've determined that the distress call wasn't anything important, and see what information we can find on the Spanish research team and recover any info they managed to find on the crater. Yeah?
I agree.
I don't like the idea of leaving our munitions behind, but under the circumstances, I'd say that we gather what is useful that we can and dump the rest in the ocean.
We could dump the rest in the ocean, or we could stash it on somewhere with higher elevation so that it
What
doesn't get
about
taken
what
out.
about the watchtower?
Do you trust that thing to stay up if the water level rises? You've been up there more than I have.
Roll me a craft structural. Excuse me.
I missed the box.
Yeah, mix the box.
16.
No. If
No.
the water overtakes that, it's gonna rot to pieces.
Okay.
We can't afford to let the terrorists collect all of our ammunition.
Not that they'd most likely have weapons to use it in. It's all NATO. From what we can see, they were using Soviet weapons.
It's still easy enough to repack the bullets as needed.
Yeah. And as a reminder, you do still have your friend who is now chained up in the munitions tent.
Ah, anybody speak? Was that guy a Russian one?
He is not a Russian, he's a pirate. You're not sure what he speaks.
Ah, probably Somalian. Um, let's see here. He's still gonna be not very coherent for the next bit, isn't he?
Probably should take him to higher ground unless we want to kill him.
He's a pirate. If he can't survive in the ocean, what's he doing?
He's also bound, so he probably won't be able to swim for long.
My point still stands.
Maybe we should talk to the fellow.
Yeah, if we could figure. Well, that's why I was asking you. Is he gonna be coherent?
Well, I'm sure there's many definitions of coherent.
You're not much help. Let's just go see if anybody can understand him.
Let's do it.
He'll have a wisdom of 2 by today.
Wisdom of 2. What does that mean as far as communication goes?
I mean, that's probably more
He
intelligence.
he's probably going to have absolutely zero situational awareness. Uh, he could very well picture us either as talking plants, allies. We might very well be figments of his imagination as he slips off into solipsism, believing that he is the only intelligent life in the entirety of the universe and everything around him is a hallucination.
Dreaded. Perfect. Do all of you head over to the munitions tent?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
I work on going through the information that we've gotten while they're interrogating.
Smart.
Perfect. Let's cover the interrogation first. So everybody else except for Quinn moves into the munitions tent.
I'm gonna stay out as well and just keep an eye on the place.
Well,
I'll go in,
hold
but I'll
off,
be like at the door.
hold off on that till we know what languages he speaks. Just because if somebody speaks his language, we'd rather know that right away. And then you can
Okay.
go to-
You enter into the matron tent. His hands are bound above his head against a pole. You see the drool kind of still runs down his face, but his eyes currently are present as he takes everyone who enters the room into account. His mouth is still gagged by like a leather strap.
Yeah. I'll undo his rag while I'll prepare an MRE for him and undo the rag so that he can have something to eat. I'm just gonna feed it to him. I'm not untying him.
You prepare the MRE as he watches you curiously as you prepare it and boil the water and lift down his rag and hold the spoon up as he timidly takes a bite as you feed him a few more bites. Water. Do you have water?
Yeah. I'll grab a canteen and use whatever drink packets in there because I'm sure you need some electrolytes and stuff too from the MRE.
Slowly
it.
feed him the water. One more bite.
Yeah, I'll give him another bite. So you speak English?
Parlez-vous français?
I was to kind of look back to these guys. I hate the French. Anybody speak French?
Didn't pick it up, Owen.
No, I did. Okay, yeah. I start speaking in French to him. Why are you here?
I am hungry. Could I eat my meal with my own hands, and I would be more willing to talk.
You are eating with your own hands, friend. Can't you see that?
Knock it
Do you
off with
speak
the
French?
solitude.
This is in French.
Shit.
Do you speak French?
No, I do not.
Shane and this pirate are speaking together in French.
I'm Canadian. I probably pick up a word here and there.
But you hear like manger, maybe hear the word for eat and hands. It's broken, but you can kind of
Yeah.
pick up a couple of the more identifying words.
I'll untie one of his hands so he can eat.
You cut his. Lecter's right.
His left.
His left, you see him stretch out his arm and kind of rub his wrist against his chest. As obviously it's a little sore from being bound. As he kind of gestures towards the MRE with his hand.
Yeah. I'll hand it to him, but then I'll be like, you can also probably move his chain like down so that his other arm's at least usable but still tied up, you know?
Yeah, you can move.
Lower down
Sorry,
on
I'm
the
having a
bar.
hard time hearing you now, James. I think your
Alright.
mic's up.
I don't know. Like,
His
I
mic
don't
is
know.
down.
Mic is down. I don't know why it is suddenly now you sound very distant.
Yeah, I don't
Sounds
know.
fine to me.
Yeah, it sounds the exact same.
Really? Is it me?
I don't know.
Let me try turning my mic back up.
Okay.
Sorry, apologies. You lower his right arm down enough for him to hold the MRE and take the spoon in his left hand as he begins to gorge down on the MRE. He finishes it and gestures towards the water again.
Yeah, I'll put it down in front of him where he can like actually reach it with his left arm.
He takes a big gulp from it and tucks it between his legs. In French, he tucks to you, Shane. He says, "May I ask who I'm speaking to?"
A multiple tube.
So you, with your basic understanding of French, will understand this as well.
Do you have a name for our troop yet, or
I think he's just
No,
asking
you
your
guys are
name.
just a NATO strike team.
well, this is Haas, Tank, and Bear, and I'm Andrew. Now, who are you?
My name is Abel.
Why are you here?
I am here to poach equipment from NATO and other governments to sell on the black market to make a living.
What exactly were you after?
Anything? We got on the radio the report of a mission that went down. We normally target those when NATO is struggling. We poach in when no one's looking, and we take what we can. We intercepted the Spanish military. We killed them. We took their orders, and we tried to steal.
I turn around and repeat everything he just said in English.
Well, I guess that means we don't have to spend any more time looking for the Spanish team.
How many is in their group?
That's a good question.
How many did you come with?
Many. We are like rats in the desert. The more you kill, the more we'll grow. You know the difference between you and me? I steal for a living to keep my family alive, to keep surviving. You kill for your Uncle Sammy. Out of my 5 brothers, I'm the only one living. They were gunned down by men who looked a lot like you.
For one, don't ever call me a fucking American. And two, you didn't really answer my question. How many are there?
How many are you?
You can see it.
I have no more answers for your question, Gringo. He, with a
Gringo?
dry... Gringo's the wrong word for it.
Whatever, it works.
I don't know, bitch in French. Puta? No, that's also Spanish.
That's also Spanish.
What the fuck? I don't know. Bitch in French. You know bitch in French, comment below. Um,
Uh,
with
Shien.
a
It's Shien,
very.
I
No, that
think.
just means dog.
That just means dog. With a very cotton mouth spit, he kind of tries to spit in your face. You catch a flake of oat on your cheek.
I'm taking his water privileges.
Miguel's seeing the pirate try to spit in Shane's face. He's going to unholster his Colt Python and just have it ready just in case.
Calm down. He's still tied up.
Here,
Uh,
I've got a fun little toy from back home that's perfect to deal with these kinds of situations.
Listen, Shane, are we getting more answers from him? Then I don't see the point in doing whatever it is you want to do with your toy.
Mine's good at scrambling the
Yes.
mind.
go ahead and roll me a intelligence. Sorry. Go ahead and roll me a. What's that? What's that skill called? What the fuck? Why am I blanking?
Intimidate?
Intimidate. But you can use your intelligence instead of your charisma in this roll.
Hmm. Jackal's
16.
Jackal's unsettlingness transcends the language barrier.
Exactly. Like his demeanor and his tone, you see fear enter into Abel's eyes. As in French he says to Shanigan, Arrête, arrête! Don't you want to know why the Russians are here?
Bill it.
They're not here for the anomaly. We picked up chatter on their radio as we entered. There's something within Chogsmaw Cove, something that they're looking for, something I don't know I don't know what do you say in English, nuclear. Something that they're looking for in the island. As he says nuclear, he says it in English. So, like, as he's speaking French, you guys hear it's French, 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 nuclear, French, 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 French.
So the Russians are looking for a nuke. Why am I not surprised?
Are you sure he's not referring to that creature? It seemed to have some sort of glow about it.
They're searching in Shark's Maw Cove. I can take you there. I tracked them there.
What's he saying now?
He says he's tracked them to some sort of cove.
Is that something we'd
He's-
recognize from the map, or is that not?
Shark's Maw Cove is something that you recognize from the map. So, northward from the island, there is a small cove that cuts into the island. on the northern face of the volcano.
Okay.
It's known as Shark's Maw Cove due to its jagged teeth of rocks around it.
I feel like he could very well be leading us into some sort of pirate trap if we were to go with him to this place. We can get there ourselves if we were
Oh,
to
probably.
investigate that.
Go ahead and roll me a sense motive, James.
Okay. Sense motive. It's 26.
After Shane's translation and looking into the fear of Abel's eyes, honestly, this would be a stretch for him to try and bait his own life into you guys sacrificing your own. You
Okay.
do believe that he's telling the truth.
Okay. Listen, you know what? I've been a doctor for a while. I can tell when people are lying to me. Patients are dishonest all the time. Um, I don't think he's lying, but at the same time, I don't know. If they're
We don't
looking for
trust.
something nuclear, obviously that's not something we can ignore, but it's also not within our mission parameters. And I'll
Yeah.
look over to Jackal and just be like, you didn't have any luck contacting the mainland, did you?
While I was transmitting, it frequently was cutting out. I wasn't hearing anything in return after a few moments, but I
Okay,
believe that I transmitted most of my message.
cool. Is anybody like the leader of this mission?
Nope.
That's huh. No COs. That's makes it harder.
You guys gonna like to CO.
Yeah, that doesn't really help. Um, what do you guys think?
I think we've extracted all we can out of them.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if we go after the Russians or if we proceed to the crater.
If we secure the crater, we can cut off the whole reason for the Russians being here.
Well, he seems to be saying that the oh, yeah, maybe that's they said they're looking for something nuclear. Maybe and we know that there's some rare metals supposedly in the crater, so maybe that is what they're here for. So maybe it would just be smart to go for the crater.
Yeah.
It's the only thing we've got to go on, and
I
it's our
say
mission.
we. Sorry.
I was
I
done.
say. Sorry.
Dude, go.
Okay. Yeah. I think we should go for the crater first, and then if that, for whatever reason, fails, we can always go to Sharkmaw Cove as a backup plan.
Cool. What do we do with this guy?
I have a few ideas.
Such as?
Disposing of him. Can't
Okay.
let him get back to. We can't let him get back to wherever their
And,
base of operations is.
and your other ideas?
Um, They mostly involve killing him.
So okay, we've
Oh.
got killing him. Anybody else?
Oh, please, let me test my toy.
Okay, we've got possible Geneva Convention violations. Anybody else?
I'm just gonna leave while you
In
guys.
French, he says, "You could let me free."
We could let him free.
I laugh. Good one.
Hardcore.
No.
Or I guess it would be more just, oh, I don't know, whatever one's why.
In French, he says, "Please, I can prove my worth." Uh, the Russians seem very adamant on whatever they're searching for. I think it's bigger than what's ever going on with this crater. Please let me show you. And if I show you, just let me free. Let me go home to my family.
After Owen translate that, I'll just. Well, he already told us where they're at. Why do we need him to lead us there? It's a big cove, like it's a big shark-shaped cove. I don't see.
Because the entrance is different than the cove. I did not want to share this information, obviously, to save my own skin. I found a different entrance. Something that you could use to your advantage, please. I just want to live.
Just like those Spanish member forces, I bet they wanted to go home too.
He makes a fair point.
Yes. And my brothers wanted to live a free life without the cage of corrupt governments or border control that were the same cat pat as you. I bet they wanted to live too.
You know, his tune is certainly changing as soon as it seems like we might kill him. He was spitting in our faces before and talking about how us people in the Americas and such are scum.
You are scum. He says in blatant English.
And with that, Corey just hands over what looks like a pair of parabolic dishes over to Shane. Please,
Are you trying to fry
just
his
let
brain?
it, just let it do its thing. It would make things so much easier. I'm
I think
only giving it to you because you can talk to him in his language.
How the fuck does this even work?
Oh, I've simplified it in the past. It used to be much more complex.
How old is this
Just
guy?
the pirate?
30s.
Yeah, the pirate. Oh, he's in his 30s.
Just flick the first three switches and tell him I'm your friend.
Listen, before you go rewiring his brain, I believe I I don't, as much as he's thinks we're scum, so I'll look at him again. Um
Let's
I don't
try
think
this
he's
thing out.
I don't think he's lying.
I don't care if he's lying.
All right, anyone else not or maiming this guy?
He desperately looks around the room, but please, 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 in French. As he looks around the room as all of you stand around him. Snake, Quinn, I feel like everyone has rounded
Yeah.
out to join this. Does anyone say yay or nay to naming?
So what part did I come in? Because I was out doing research
Just
through the
assume you
data.
heard at least the last bit of it.
You heard the last little bit of these dishes as he cries, "Merci, merci, merci, merci."
Thank you.
Oh, is that thank you? What's please?
Please is. Oh,
Is it s'il vous plaît?
yeah, it
S'il
is.
vous plaît. Ah, s'il vous plaît, s'il vous plaît, s'il vous plaît, s'il vous plaît.
The parabolic pulse submission engine will do its job just fine and
So
make
nobody.
him think
We're
we're his friend.
we're not experimenting on him, and we're not going to kill him. We do not need any more needless killing.
Thank you.
I'll say, Quinn, you also overhear the fact that of his over like his sight of the Russian forces. Forces. So you heard him. You heard the translation of him saying, "Oh, I know where the Russians are going," and then you heard Doc saying that he believes that he's telling the truth.
We could use a double agent.
Exactly. And my engine works for hours.
A willing double agent. This guy has already seen
Well,
what we've done to his friends. He seems scared out of his mind.
Yeah, but is he going to be as scared when he's got 30 plus probably of his guys with him?
I don't trust him as much as anybody can trust anybody. But any information is good information.
You know,
Well-
we've got. If we're already headed to the northern part of the island, we could just take him to the crater with us, and if we don't find anything, we could just get him to show us to the cove.
true.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah?
Get down with that.
If you trust him, Doc, then I'll go along with it for now.
I wouldn't say I trust him, but I just, he
Well,
genuinely
trust.
seems scared, and I don't think he's lying about the information he has. Shane, tell him he's gonna come along with us.
All right, I guess you're coming with us.
Oh, merci.
Don't.
Oh, merci.
I guess that's going back into the enhanced interrogations technique toy bin.
But you can bring half your toy bin with us. Only half.
He grins.
As long as it fits within an area of the Jeep designated for it so that we can still bring enough food and such to, live.
If you say so.
And with that, we're gonna round out today's episode of D20 Merden. Thank you very much for joining us on this episode. I got nothing else to add. Big peace, motherfuckers.
Have a wonderful time.
Peace.